Dobro jutro. Actually, dobar dan. Since it's not morning anymore. It's Divine Pisces 222. I'm gonna do an energy check-in for today. It is Sunday, December 16th, 2019. And yeah, sorry it's late today, guys. I went ahead and started moving some stuff into my apartment today. My furniture is getting delivered tomorrow, so that's fun. I still think they're going to reno something in that apartment, though, so I may not actually be in until sometime next week. So I'm just kind of taking it one day at a time right now, right? Alright, so first card we've got out today is Saturn, and I still feel like some control issues here, specifically with the ending of cycles kind of coming in, a little bit of insecurity kind of coming in, feeling a little listless, like wanting to move but not sure how to move, that sort of thing. I do feel movement, though. There's movement, and I'm not particularly talking about my situation. I mean in general, like movement within some connections right now, like within the actual connections. And I feel like Divine Masculine right now, though still kind of going through Dark Night of the Soul, still having a lot of stuff come up, inner child wounds, that sort of thing, you know, going through awakenings. I feel like they're really starting to grasp the idea of releasing control, because they're at the point where they're tired of holding on to control. They're just drained. They're just tired. And so that in itself is kind of a trigger there, you know, kind of forcing them inward, forcing them to face some of the things that are coming up that they didn't want to face before. You know, they were in denial about a lot of things and not wanting to deal with it, not wanting to deal with the healing aspects and that sort of thing. So I do feel that coming in very strongly today. I feel a lot of 5D communication, the spirituality aspect, absolutely. Very, very strong. Sexual energy, very, very strong. I do feel that Divine Feminine also dealing with some darkness that's coming up right now that's been triggered, okay? But the triggers are going back and forth right now. There's a lot of, again, sexual energy going back and forth as well. Still feeling some guards up, some boundaries that are set, possibly some, I say little to no communication as of right now. Probably happening. If there is communication, I feel like it's very sparse or not very revealing. So somebody definitely has their guard up right now. Sorry. So that being said, I'm still feeling some movement. I'm feeling a need for action, a need to move. You know, kind of tired of feeling stuck for both twins right now. You know, so it's like, you know, twins are actively making changes, I feel. Not just externally, but internally as well. Like, you know, changing perspective on situations. Really looking at where they are now and assessing if that's where they want to be, you know, in the long term. Okay? So I feel a lot of that happening here, but still having issues releasing control of some cycles that are ending, okay? So that seems to be the theme today, as it has been for a while, is, you know, releasing control. But I do feel it's happening. There's a shift that is happening right now, specifically with Divine Masculine, where they're just tired of holding on. They're just tired of it, right? You know, so they're very much in their heads. Divine Feminine is too, but I do feel both twins very much in their heads, specifically Divine Masculine, about what to do next, okay? I definitely recommend some throat chakra, okay, because I do feel still some communication still lacking in some of these situations, okay, but also with the twins themselves not speaking their truth fully to those around them, you know, quite yet, or fully integrating the truth where it should be integrated, and that sort of thing, okay? But definitely a lot of passion here, a lot of need to move, a lot of action I feel is coming, but I feel like the process has started now, and it does start from within, right? The it starts energetically first, and then, you know, it translates into the 3D. So definitely feel some triggers, obviously, but good triggers, like triggers to move, okay? So let's take a look at Divine Masculine, see what's going on with Divine Masculine today. Alright. I want to thank everybody who joined me for the private mini read session last night. It was actually really nice. It was nice and controlled, like, you know, I was able to get through reads a lot quicker, and I'm definitely going to continue to do it. So if you're interested in a mini reading, it's $15. I'm going to take about 10, I think, per week, and I'm going to try to do it weekly. I may not do it, I'm going to do it this weekend, either Saturday or Sunday. I'm not sure which yet. It depends on, you know, what's going on with me in my apartment, but it's either going to be the 21st or the 22nd, and I'll let you guys know. And then I don't think I'm going to do one the following weekend, which I think is close to New Year's because of the holiday and everything like that. But then if I don't, I'll pick it back up the following weekend, okay? Oh, yeah. All right. So Divine Masculine, yeah, planting the seeds right now for action, planting the seeds to move forward. I feel like a lot of them have been actually working behind the scenes. Divine Feminine hasn't been seeing this, right? But they've been working behind the scenes to kind of move things forward for themselves. As far as, you know, their finances, foundation, codependent situations, that sort of thing. But they're still kind of in this regretful energy where they feel like everything they've built is just crashing down around them. They feel like everything they've built is just, it's been a waste of time. They feel a lot of regret, a lot of remorse, guilt, that sort of thing kind of coming in right now. So they're kind of focusing on the darkness a little bit, but in a way that it's pushing them to make changes. Okay? That's what the Tower moments are for, okay? And there are a lot of codependent cycles that still need to end within Divine Masculine right now, okay? Not specifically financially, though finance is definitely a part of this, but I feel just codependent in general, like emotional codependence, feeling like they need to fulfill someone else, you know, that sort of thing, instead of focusing on fulfilling themselves. But I do feel that is coming to an end, and some of you may be receiving an offer very, very soon, okay, a very tangible one. Up to you whether you accept it or not. But I do feel that some of you will be receiving an offer very, very soon. So yeah, Divine Masculine trigger to move. Okay. And I feel some cluster triggers probably coming in for Divine Masculine, you know, where they're all interrelated. It's like one trigger leads to another, until eventually the Tower falls. Sorry. So, that being said, I do feel, again, ending of cycles absolutely happening right now. Of course, this is a 9, okay? So whatever's happening right now is triggering the ending of these cycles, okay? So keep that in mind. But yeah, Divine Masculine very triggered right now, and Divine Feminine, you may be feeling this, okay? Just keep that in mind. But it's helping them to make a decision, right? It's helping them to figure out what they need to do, because for the longest time, Divine Masculine's in indecision, not taking any action because he doesn't know which way to go. You know, feeling literally torn in two, like, torn between two worlds, specifically, okay, and starting to understand that where they are now, though, you know, they put a lot of effort, they put a lot of time, they put a lot of whatever, emotion, whatever, into the situation that they're in now, is just not making them happy. Okay, and that's a shadow aspect, right? That's a darkness that's coming up that they're being forced to face right now, okay? So they're still kind of in this stuck energy a little bit, but again, I do feel a shift happening. So a lot of Divine Masculines will be, like, literally in movement, in some way, taking some sort of action moving forward for their highest good. Okay, now it may be a decision that's made for them, like just as an example, maybe they're at a really toxic job and they've been wanting to leave, but they're not sure how. Maybe they'll get let go, and it'll force them to find something else, right? Or, you know, if they're in a karmic situation or karmic relationship that's incredibly toxic, that karmic may walk away, okay, and leave them high and dry, or so they feel, okay. So just keep that in mind. It may not be them that actually makes the choice. It may be the universe that makes the choice for them, okay? I still feel a lot of inner conflict happening. We've got a lot of wands today, so again, sexual energy really, really high. But yeah, still a lot of inner conflict, and I do feel conflict in karmic situations right now, like actual conflict. Fighting, you know, that sort of thing, or maybe somebody's getting the cold shoulder, you know, that sort of thing. But definitely inner conflict happening here. And it's still definitely a battle with the ego, and the ego is losing, guys. Believe it or not, the ego is losing, okay? And again, some of you may receive an offer very, very soon. It may be a smallish offer. It may be like a testing the waters type of offer, you know, and it's up to you whether you accept it or not. But I do feel that some divine masculines may actually apologize, or, you know, something to that effect, for past behaviors and whatnot. And again, maybe they won't. They do have free will. Alright, Divine Feminine, let's see what's going on with you. It's starting to flip. Okay, let's see. Okay, yeah. Alright. Well, alright, Divine Feminine, what are you walking away from? Okay, there are a lot of Divine Feminines who are walking away from something or from a situation that they've been unhappy in for a very, very long time, and they're like literally waist deep in purging because of it, okay? No one ever said the ending of cycles was easy. Nobody ever said walking away was easy, right? But in order to make a change, you must move forward, right? And in order to do something for your highest good, you must release toxicity. That's just the way that it is, right? Because if you're clouded in toxicity, you're not going to see what's for your highest good, right? So I do feel a lot of Divine Feminines really, really opening up to their journey and really using their intuition to move forward, okay? And if you're having trouble making that decision, if you're having trouble maybe connecting to your spirit team or to source or something like that, clear that out, all right? And so that way you can interpret correctly. But yeah, I do still feel some sorrow coming in for Divine Feminine right now. Now, you could also be feeling this from your Divine Masculine, okay? Keep that in mind. Anxiety, fear, loss, guilt, frustration, that sort of thing coming in from Divine Masculine right now. So you may be feeling that. But Divine Feminine also has her own set of challenges that she's facing right now, okay? So, you know, a lot of Divine Feminines are kind of torn as well, making a decision, knowing that, you know, either way they go, they're going to hurt someone. They're either going to hurt themselves or they're going to hurt someone else, okay? And so right now it's like Divine Feminine is choosing herself. And there is regret here, there is sadness, there is a little bit of guilt coming in for Divine Feminine, okay? But it's all worth it with the Two of Cups, okay? You gotta release the 3, right? That are here on the bottom, sorry. Let's see, depiction here, they're all broken. But yeah, Divine Feminine feeling a little bit left out in the cold right now, okay? By, you know, maybe a karmic situation, by Divine Masculine, whatever. But you know what? Divine Feminine also recognizing she may be leaving someone else out in the cold as well, okay? So again, there's a lot of guilt, there's a lot of remorse with this, alright? So just ride the wave, go with it, purge it, release any guilt that you may have in taking care of yourself, okay? And take your leap. Take your leap, move forward. Don't let anything hold you back from doing what you need to do for yourself, okay? You know, karmic situation, clinging on, clinging, because they just don't want to let go, right? But you're like, no, I'm done. You're out of time. Too little, too late. I'm moving forward, okay? So again, a lot of Divine Feminines walking away, a lot of Divine Feminines taking a leap of faith right now to get themselves unstuck because they don't want to be like this anymore. You don't want to do it. Nope. Divine Feminine's come way too far in order to stay stuck in this energy, in this anxious, toxic, manipulative energy that she's been in for a long time, okay? And I feel like, you know, so many have, it's amazing to me, like so many people have reached out to me via email about the leaps that they're taking, about the decisions that they're making for their highest good, you know, leaving karmic situations that are toxic. You know, and I'm I am so grateful, and I feel so blessed to have so many people who have supported me through all of this. And I always believe in leading by example. And I've told you guys this before, that I practice what I preach, and I mean it. So, it actually fills me with even more inspiration for people, you know, who have contacted me that tell me that I inspire them. It just inspires me more to keep doing what I'm doing. So I just want to thank you guys for your emails. I do read them. I'm not always able to reply immediately. And if I don't reply, please don't take it personally. It's probably because I read it and wanted to reply later, because I wanted to actually reply thoughtfully, and either I got overwhelmed or wasn't able to. So just take it with a grain of salt. It's nothing personal, but I do appreciate your emails, okay? Anyway, let's move on. So yeah, Divine Feminine in an action right now, into making a decision. So mirroring. Okay, so we got 2 of Wands here. Shifts are coming. Big shifts are coming. And Divine Feminine, you know, you do lead. So you taking that leap first, that's what you do, right? And it shows Divine Masculine what he needs to do. Remember, last week, Divine Masculine was like, help me, help me, help me, Divine Feminine. I don't know what to do. And now Divine Feminine's like, all right, well, I'm doing my thing. Right? Your move. So messages from counterparts today. Yeah. Alright, let's get some messages and advice from Source. I got some personal readings out today, if I'm able. This is really late for me. It's almost 3 o'clock where I'm at. Usually, I don't know, it's throwing my whole routine off, honestly. Yeah, okay, so definitely feel a need to be grateful. And I feel like a lot of Divine Feminines are very grateful. They are very grateful for things that are coming into their lives, the things that are leaving their lives, the lessons they've learned, knowledge that they've gained, the strength that they've gained, that sort of thing, okay? So just continue to be in that energy. It actually helps raise your vibration, okay? I do feel a lot of twins in self-reflection mode, and that's a wonderful thing, okay? But you are mirroring right now, okay? So if you're going through something, you know, particularly challenging, your twin is probably going through the same thing, all right? So just keep that in mind and do your best to move forward, okay? Because it helps them to do the same, okay? Because you share, you basically share an energy field, okay? So as you move, they move. Does that make sense? All right? And I do feel a lot of twins coming into realization right now. They're really understanding how to move forward out of the darkness. Particularly Divine Masculine. I do feel a lot has opened up for Divine Masculine. They may not be admitting this to you, but I do feel that a lot of them are in an energy where they're just starting to really understand what's happening, okay? And that how important it is for them to do what's right for themselves, right? And to learn to have patience with themselves, because a lot of Divine Masculines do not have patience with themselves. They beat themselves up over things that essentially, it may be their quote-unquote fault, but that they really shouldn't beat themselves up over, right? If they're in a toxic situation, maybe they're in a situation where their karmic partner is incredibly emotionally and mentally abusive. And they're constantly apologizing for things that they do, even though they shouldn't apologize for them. And then they get upset, you know, when they apologize, so they beat themselves up even more. Does that make sense? So it's like a lot of Divine Masculines just don't have patience with themselves, but they're learning. They're understanding. And Divine Feminine is also learning this lesson too, to have patience with herself when things don't go quite right. Right? Don't beat yourself up. Okay? But abundance coming, absolutely, for both twins, for the connections. you know, and there's just so much movement happening here. Everything's growing. Like, this is the end of year 3, right? This is the ending of cycles. This is the end of a decade, right? Next year is year 4, 2020. So I feel a huge self-reflection year. I feel a year of peace. I feel a huge shift towards really, really finding that inner peace and that inner happiness and integrating it into your life. And I feel like a lot of people are going through that right now, not just twin flames. I feel like anybody on this journey, which everybody should be on this journey, right? But most people who are awakened are seeing this as well. They're starting to see changes in their life for the better, because they're making decisions for their highest good and not for the good of someone else who may be draining them, using them, abusing them, you know, that sort of thing. So I think it's going to be a great year, guys, and I'm really, really excited for it. So, all right, I hope this has resonated. If it has, please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.